Welcome to Tea Time on Time Warner Cable Sports. I'm Doug Lonnstrom, your host, also a golf historian. Got a very special show from Quechee, Vermont. A little different. We're venturing away from the Capital District. Quechee's near Woodstock, Vermont, and just across the Connecticut River from Lebanon, New Hampshire, and Dartmouth College. A wonderful area. Also, it's an easy and beautiful drive from the Capital Region. You could buy land here, a condo or a home, but you can also vacation here. They've got 2 great golf courses. It's like playing in heaven. They've also got tennis, skiing, kids programs, great dining, and lots of other amenities. All right, of course, we'll have our History Minute, our Mystery Minute, our Golf Term, a rule and a tip by the pro. But first, I had a chance to chat with Ken Young. He's the general manager. He's also the chief operating officer of this great resort community.
We're very lucky here. We're a 4-season community. We have a great ski hill, which offers a quad chair, a tow rope, and a T-bar. We have a great tennis facility that has 8 hard-true courts and 3 all-weather courts. We have a Murphy Farm property, which offers a farmhouse, an old authentic farmhouse. We do a lot of weddings and events on that property. We also have Lake Pineo, which offers a beach house, a sand beach, and a beautiful 50-acre lake to swim in. Then we have our indoor-outdoor pools, and we have a complete recreation department, which offers a children's camp throughout the summer months.
Now, which of these amenities can the public use, and which do you have to be a landowner?
Our restaurant and our ski hill are open to the public. People can come and just use the restaurant, or they can come and pay a daily fee on the ski hill. Our golf courses, our health club, which I failed to mention earlier, we have a wonderful health club and an aerobic studio with that. And our other facilities, you have to be a renter or a member.
I've dined here many times, and besides the beautiful dining, the food is excellent.
Oh, thank you. We have a great executive chef, and we have a wonderful food and beverage team.
Now, how does someone become a landowner? I guess you can either have a home site, a condo, or a home here on this property.
Yes, to be a member of the Quechee Club, and we all are Quechee Lakes Landowners Association. To become a member, you have to own a property. You have to be a landowner, and that means either owning a condo. We have a lot of different condos here, a lot of different varieties. We have beautiful home sites, or you can just buy a home lot, a building lot. Once you do that, you automatically become a member.
And many people, we're from the Capital District in New York, and many people there have homes here or lots here and so on. I've known several over my lifetime.
Absolutely. We're predominantly a second home community. Only about 30% of our residents live here year-round. And the rest come from predominantly Massachusetts, but we certainly have Connecticut, New York, and California, and Illinois. And we have a large contingency from Puerto Rico and the Bahamas. They love our summer. It's much more conducive than their summers down there.
I love playing against those guys from the Bermuda. They're funny guys.
They're great guys. Bermuda.
Now, if you're not a landowner, you can use these amenities by having a vacation here.
Yes, absolutely. Many of our members who either winter or summer here, and the season they're not here, they rent their homes. And all renters have the availability of using the facilities.
Now, what gives you the most satisfaction of your job?
I've always loved my job. I've been in the club industry over 38 years, and I've worked from Ohio to Pennsylvania to Connecticut, but moving here to Quechee was somewhat of a dream come true. It's a wonderful community. When I came here, I fell in love with the club and the community and the people, and we bought a home here within the community.
So you're not only general manager, but you're an owner and a member as well.
Absolutely.
Now, you've got some big plans for next year. Tell us about those.
We certainly do. We're very excited. We did have a little bit of a downturn next year with the Tropical Storm Irene came through and did quite a bit of damage. We've just gone through a $4.3 million renovation. Our Lakeland course has been completely redone. All of the greens have been replaced. All of the bunkers and the fairways have all been reseeded. Our Highland course, we started on that project a couple years ago, and beginning in 2013, both our golf courses will be completely new greens, some will have new fairways, but all the bunkering has been redone and all the drainage has been improved throughout the courses. We really plan on opening up in 2013, and we're going to have an exciting set of golf courses to offer our membership and the public.
Well, my suggestion is people don't have to wait till 2013. If you want a great fall vacation, come here this fall. It's absolutely stunning here in the fall.
It certainly is. Nothing like the leaves in Vermont. It's great. We see all the bus tours come through and all the people coming. I always say, come up in my yard. I have plenty of leaves for you if you'd like to take some leaves home.
Ken, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The History Minute on Tea Time this week is the history of the Quechee Club. Actually, it's not a country club. It's a private landowners association. To belong, you must own a home site, a home, or a condo. It's on 5,000 beautiful acres, 10 square miles. There's over 1,300 owners. It's near Woodstock, Vermont, and Lebanon, New Hampshire. Lots to do in this area. The Quechee River runs right through the middle of the property. Quechee means swift mountain stream. I like that name. It's kind of neat. 1970, it was formed to manage the common land and the amenities, and lots of amenities it has. Clubhouse was built in 1974. It's got dining rooms, pool, squash, health club, much more. 2 great golf courses. Jeffrey Cornish and Brian Silva designed them. They had great land to work with, trees, ponds, pastures, ravines. There's skiing. There's a chairlift, 7 trails, cross-country, also a ski school. They got tennis courts, 11 in total, 8 of them hard true. They have kids programs on the lake. Absolutely wonderful. It's a private lake. This is like a 4-season private resort. I really recommend this place.
Tea Time on Time Warner Cable Sports is brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
On the way to retirement, some people realize that work isn't really a bad thing. Some may want to start their own business one day. Our financial advisors will look at your complete financial picture no matter where your money is invested to create a plan designed to help get you to and through retirement. With you when you need a financial advisor fully invested in you. Wells Fargo Advisors.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Quechee Club. My name is Steve Rogers. I am the head golf professional. Today we're going to, for your Tea Time tip of the week, we are going to discuss alignment, how it pertains to the final outcome of every golf shot. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mr. Dave Barrell, one of our longtime standing members here at the Quechee Club. David and I are going to work on today his alignment on this challenging par 3. We're also going to speak to the fact that squareness of impact is vitally important, as well as setting to the target is as vitally important to the success of the golf shot. I'm going to set David in a good, positive setup position. Actually, I'm going to let David set himself first, and then I'm going to correct David to the target. In the interim, hopefully we'll find that David's able to swing down his body line, and we're going to get a much better result. Bear with us as we set Mr. Barrell to the target. Our yellow flag is certainly the target there on the back portion of the green. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alignment stick down at David's feet. And I think if we get a shot down the line here, you'll see that his feet are quite a bit right of the target instantaneously. So that's the first part of the program. We've got to get his feet set correctly. And I'm telling you, it's going to be somewhere about right there. So I'll have David preset his feet again. Great. And then once that happens, we certainly want to have the feeling that our hands, arms, and shoulders are going to drape down from our shoulder sockets. That'll help him prepare his hips and his shoulders, most importantly, to the line that's at his feet. So right at the moment, his toes, hips, and shoulders are all parallel to the target. Further, to make sure that his club face angle is correct, we want to put another shaft down and practice with a shaft, mind you, perpendicular to the line. And once that happens, he can now practice proper alignment on all golf shots. So it's going to look something like that. He has a line for his club face angle. His body is set to the target properly. And in a perfect world, the golf ball flies at the target.
There you go. I'm here with Steve Rogers, the head professional of the Quechee Club. He just gave us our tip of the week. I've been playing in the member guest here for over 30 years, and this is a dramatic place to play golf. There are two 18-hole golf courses. Behind us is the 17th. It's absolutely stunning here, but they are different. Give us the characteristics between the two courses.
And the characteristics, Doug, simply come out of the names themselves. The Highland Golf Course is laid out in the top of the valley with a lot of challenging altitude golf shots, and perception of local knowledge is very, very important when it comes to club selection on the Highland Golf Course itself. The Lakeland Golf Course is laid out on the valley floor. It has a lot of demanding shots over water, and certainly the wind tends to blow a heck of a lot harder down on that 18 holes. We have hosted the New England Open here for 17 years, up until about 10 years ago, and pros from all over the country certainly pick up the phone on a daily basis to call me to get their groups out here to play golf at Quechee.
What tips would you give someone coming here to play?
I would certainly suggest that you do your homework with the club selection. I think that's probably the biggest thing on most of our par 3s. They are probably the most challenging group of par 3s that I know of in the Northeast. They average from the tips about 200 yards, and some are over 240. Our large greens here at Quechee are very receptive, and I think that's why a lot of players love coming to Quechee, is because of the size of the greens. And it enables us to have, especially on Tournament Sunday, has some very neat selections as far as pin placements are concerned. Our bunkers are very forgiving, and certainly the layout itself lends itself to a lot of folks having a great time at Quechee when they arrive.
I have one other suggestion. For someone who comes here, they should bring their camera because the views are spectacular.
No doubt about it, and certainly the fall is a great time to come to Quechee. After Labor Day, with the foliage, it is spectacular, and it tends to be an overwhelming shot. The golf seems to take a back seat, and everybody's worried about where's the next picture coming from.
Steve, thanks for joining us.
Doug, thank you very much.
The tee time term this week is compression. It's a term that's misunderstood and misused. To compress the ball means to change its shape. When the club hits the ball, it flattens out that side. The shape is changed. Actually, compression scales run from 0 to 200. A 200 ball has no compression. A 0 ball has 0.2 of an inch. That's not a lot. Most balls are 80, 90, or 100 compression. Notice they're in the middle of the range between 0 and 200. The lower the number, the softer the ball. If you have a slow swing speed, you want a lower compression ball. An 80 compression ball compresses more than 100. When rubber bands were the main ingredient of a ball, compression was a measure of quality. The tighter the rubber bands, the higher the quality of the ball. Not true with modern balls anymore. They don't have rubber bands in them. Notice that the ball is the only equipment you use on all shots. You use the driver about 14 times. If you shoot 90, you've got about 40 shots to the green, assuming 36 putts. Driver distance doesn't vary very much, about 5 yards between drivers and balls. Not a lot of difference. So what you're going to look for is feel versus distance. How do you hit the ball? What kind of spin? How high do you hit it? Are you looking for control? The best thing to do is to start at the green and work backwards to the tee. Look for consistency, not compression. Pick one ball that works for you and stick with it.
I'm Sienna.
I am Sienna.
I am Sienna.
I am Sienna.
I am Sienna.
Sienna College offers an exceptional private education with a unique foundation of liberal arts, career preparation, and Franciscan values.
My purpose? Making sense of all of this.
Less time banking.
More time tickling.
Wheels, sky.
2 words. New car. Who's our partner?
SEFQ.
SEFQ.
What's your purpose? If it's a new car, SEFQ can get you there with great low auto loan rates and quick approval. Just click, call, or stop by. SEFQ, banking with a purpose.
My purpose? Haven't decided. But my partner is SEFQ.
Welcome back to Tee Time. We're here at Quechee, Vermont. It's a great resort. Last fall, Irene hit here, flooded the area. Had a chance to sit down with property manager Ken Lallier about how they recovered and how they're implementing their master plan after this devastation.
The club had already done a master plan for both golf courses, and we had a 4-year renovation program started in 2009, fall of 2010, and we had done the front side of Highland, and the plan was to do the back side of Highland in the fall of 2011, right after Labor Day. And of course, Irene came through just before Labor Day, changed all of our plans. That was the bad news. The good news was we had a great golf course contractor in McCurrick Golf, who was already scheduled to be here the day after Labor Day. So it took a phone call and basically a shift of gears with them and said, look, we just got devastated by a flood. We're not going to do the back of Highland. Those were the only holes we had that were really open and playable after the hurricane. So we were already on their radar screen, and it was a pretty easy transition to get them here to help us recuperate the golf course.
So right now, what golf holes are open?
Well, McCurrick's first mission when they came, right after the storm, was to put the 5 holes that were affected on Highland back together, and we worked with them. My staff worked with them. And those holes were put back together by the middle of September and grown in last fall. So this spring we were able to open the 18 holes on the Highland course. And we've been working on the Lakeland course ever since the flooding, focusing on getting 9 holes first. And McCurrick Golf came back this spring, helped us finish those 9 holes, and we're on track now to open those first 9 holes this fall, probably the end of August. And then the other 9 holes will open in the spring of 2013.
Now, this is a very unique property. Tell us what makes it so unique.
It's really, I've never seen a place like this, really. It's got, 4 seasons of recreational activities, this downhill ski area, which is really family-oriented. We've got cross-country in the wintertime. We maintain a skating pond on the golf course. We have a remote cross-country ski area up in Section 5 in the woods. It's a 5,000-acre development, so it's big, it's spread out, there's lots of land. 2 fabulous golf courses, a 50-acre man-made lake, which is used for swimming, and also the Lakeland course plays around it, so it's a water feature pretty much on every hole on the Lakeland course. So it's just a really unique property. It's a beautiful property.
What's the biggest satisfaction in your job?
Just being part of a great facility and well-respected golf operation. People in New England all know of Quechee, and they all think it's a great place, and that's a pretty satisfying experience, as well as as much of a challenge as the flood was. It was a great challenge and a great experience for me and my staff. It was a learning experience, and I think this place is going to be so much better in the end. It was kind of a blessing in disguise. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but by the same token, we're going to come out of it way better than we were before.
Ken, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Our mystery man on Tea Time this week is lightning. How safe are you on the golf course? Many consider golf a high-risk sport for lightning. Actually, only 5% of deaths from lightning occur on the golf course. However, when you compare the number of people out in open fields, parks, playgrounds, on the water, it really is a pretty tough statistic. There's 1 death for every 5 million golfers per year. Golf is the only sport that actually has a rule about lightning. If you think you're in danger from lightning, you can quit. It's your decision. No one else can tell you what to do. The best thing to do is use the flash bang theory, right? When you see the lightning, 5 seconds later, if you hear the thunder, the lightning is 1 mile away. A good rule of thumb is the 30-second rule. That means the lightning's 6 miles away, and you should get off the course quickly. What should you do? Large permanent building is the best. Avoid those open sheds. They're for rain. They're not for lightning. They do not protect you. Avoid lone trees. That's where lightning strikes. Avoid the water. Stay away from your clubs. If you're wearing metal spikes, take your shoes off. Right? Move away from your golf cart. That little roof on the golf cart will not protect you from lightning. If you happen to get stranded, get to a low area on the golf course and squat down like a baseball catcher. The lower you get, the better off you are. And if you're in a group of golfers, make sure you stay 15 feet apart from each other. Otherwise, the lightning might get all of you.
Tea Time on Time Warner Cable Sports is brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Your money is stretched in so many directions. Investing for your future may not be a big slice of the pie right now. Maybe it's time you had a financial advisor look at your complete financial picture, no matter where your money is invested, to create a plan designed to help get you to and through retirement. With you when you need a financial advisor, fully invested in you. Wells Fargo Advisors.
Hi, my name is Steve Rogers. I am the head golf professional at the Quechee Club in Vermont. Today is your tee time rule of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at a boundary fence. We're going to talk about today how to get relief from the fence. By local rule, we're going to utilize a dropping zone, and I'm going to tell you how to get in and out of that dropping zone in a safe, productive manner. The drop zone has very unique prospects to it. The first is, most people don't understand the fact that we can stand outside of the drop zone at shoulder's height and drop the ball into the zone. That's rule number one, and that is a provision, by the way. Provision number two allows us, as long as when we are dropping the golf ball with the proper procedure, that the ball itself can roll nearer the hole. The caveat there is simply the fact it can't roll more than 2 club lengths where the ball actually hit in the zone. Number 3 on that list is the line itself. The drop zone itself is painted by a white line. The line itself is part of the drop zone. So if your golf ball hits the line, it is considered to be dropped in the dropping zone. Please remember that one of the provisions here, utilizing the drop zone, is the ball does not have to stay in the drop zone. As long as it strikes a part of Mother Nature inside the drop zone, you are totally legal. And last but not least, also what to remember here is the ball cannot roll into a worse condition, which means it cannot roll out of bounds, it cannot roll into a lateral hazard or a water hazard. Those are a few of the provisions utilized in a local dropping zone.
I'm here with Dave Barrell. He's an owner at Quechee. He's been here for over 30 years. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be on Tea Time.
Tell us about the quality of life of living here.
Well, when I came up here 34 years ago, I guess it was, from Albany, New York, it was quite a change. And what I found is I absolutely adore this place. Not only do we have Dartmouth College and all the amenities that a first-class school affords residents in the area, but the beautiful town of Woodstock is only 5 miles away. And as you know, I'm a avid skier, and Killington's about 25-30 miles away, so I stay very busy. And besides the golf, I fly fish in the river, and we bike and do a lot of fun things.
You also got the skiing on property.
Well, I don't use it as much now because it's more beginner and intermediate oriented, and I've graduated from that. But my son, who's now a great skier, I taught him to ski right here on Quechee.
And tell us a little bit about the golf. What do you like so much about these golf courses?
They're so different. The Highland presents the great challenge of their par 3s, 221 yards across the river, across the chasm. You and I, we can barely get there, but it's a fun challenge. And then Lakeland is just a shot maker's dream. Either the river or the lake comes into play on 13 of the 18 holes. And as you know, water is intimidating.
Dave, thanks for joining us.
You bet. It's my pleasure.
That's our show this week from beautiful Quechee Resort in Vermont. Hope you enjoyed it. They got 2 great golf courses and lots of amenities. If you want to join or vacation, visit their website. It's absolutely a stunning place to come to. We'd like to hear from you too. Our email is on the screen. Your comments drive our show. And remember, fairways always.